All right. Good afternoon, IHSA football family. This is the last day of February 2022. Please keep that in reminder. Please, it is the last day of February 2022, the 28th of February. Please understand that. We get into Illinois quarterbacks class of 2023 on my watch list. And again, names will be added weekly, monthly. So if you're watching this like in March or October, September, slow down. Don't get angry. Make sure you check out the watch list on deepdishfootball.com, Coach Big Pete's watch list, top recruit watch list for the class of 2023. This is the class of 2023 quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Last year, there was a big prospects for a lot of growth. Didn't happen. This year, it's a little. I'm a little bit disappointed in a few of the recruits. I've seen a little bit of a downward spiral more than a growth, and I think that's going to be a big thing. I think the big thing everyone knows is that the top quarterback in the state of Illinois is Aiden Gray. I don't think that's much of a question or anything like that. But Aiden Gray is the top quarterback in the state out of Illinois, out of Naperville North, who is committed to Northwestern, and he's the number one quarterback. But again, more names will be added weekly, daily, and everything else. And again, my name is Coach Big Pete. I totally forgot about that. Coach Big Pete, a.k.a. Peter Lionberg of DeepDishFootball.com. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal link below or Venmo link below. I'm going to be doing all positions, and again, make sure you check the athletic position as well, because I have some quarterbacks on the athlete position too that I talk about. This might change, so just don't bear with me and check it out on the watch list for the quarterbacks class of 2023 in the state of Illinois. All right, so let's go and get talking about some quarterbacks, shall we? And again, like I said this before, Illinois is not a quarterback state. Illinois will never ever be a quarterback state. Illinois is a beef state. It's a beef state. Big boys. That's just the truth. So it's just the history, just the lineage of Illinois. And I know a lot of people are forcing their coaches to play their kid at quarterback because of all the stuff that happened with J.J. McCarthy, class of 2021. And J.J. is a historic recruit, no doubt about that. He is a historic recruit. But I gotta say this again to everyone so they understand: Illinois is not a quarterback state, and it never will be. And that's just the truth, honestly. All right, so let's get started. John Holst, Marengo, great frame for a kid. I really love his overall athleticism, and I love the fact, again, his mobility on the throw, too. Very underrated on that as well. And just coming from that old school type of offense of Marengo, John Holst is one of the star quarterbacks in the state of Illinois up north. He has done unbelievable things, but I still think his potential, he's not there yet. I think he still has a lot of growth. Ty Lott out of Sacred Heart Griffin, he's been killing it. One of the most slept-on quarterback recruits in the state of Illinois from Sacred Heart Griffin. Ty Lott has been unbelievable in the Central State 8. And Ken Leonard's got the best-kept secret in the state of Illinois with Ty Lott. You got to keep an eye out for a kid. Nice touch on the ball, too. He's got a hell of a wide receiver core, too. But Ty Lott just makes plays that just make you go, wow. So, Ty Lott, Sacred Heart Griffin. Jake Seman out of Williamsville. Hopefully I did not mispronounce that name. I apologize if I do. Another guy that's throwing up big numbers out of Central Illinois, out of that Sagamore, no, not the Sagamore, I'm forgetting, the Sagamore Conference, Williamsville Bullets. Jake is another kid you have to see. He's a small school stud, but definitely a kid that you can't sleep on. Xzaveon of Freeport, I consider one of the rawest quarterbacks right now in the state of Illinois. Again, still so much potential in this young man from Freeport. But Xzaveon Segner is one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Great on the mobility, great running ability, great arm strength too. Again, has to work on his accuracy, but Xzaveon Segner is one of them. Next, Joe Miller. Again, perfect throwing mechanics for Joe Miller out of Richmond, Burton. Fell in love with this kid's style 2 or 3 weeks ago. Throw it deep. Saw more of his game film, and I knew he was a good quarterback. But I was more impressed. I was very impressed with his throws. But Joe Miller out of Richmond, Burton is a kid that you must know. He'll be a big one for the class of 2023. Evan Noelle, Marion. Wow. Rocket for an arm, and I know that's a lot of overrated stuff that we talk about arm strength. Pretty good accuracy to Evan Noelle out of Marion. Marion is probably one of the top quarterbacks in that Southern Illinois region. One of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Nice touch on the ball too, and a good downfield field vision too. Can make all the big throws. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Tyler Fikis out of Hampshire, who I absolutely adore. The kid is just a weapon on his feet with his arm. Hampshire's got one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. Yes, he's 6 foot. Reminds me a little bit of Oles from Palatine. Luke Rico being a couple years ago from IC. He's that type of kid that he can do he does everything for his team. And definitely a kid that you need to check out for. And Tyler Fikis of Hampshire. Sam Reichert, Downers Grove North. Downers Grove North is a program that's ready to explode. And when I say this, I mean Sam Reichert is going to be that guy. He's got a few young and upcoming wide receivers, one Charlie Cruz. And again, this DGN program is on fire right now. They keep on building. Coach Harini's doing a wonderful job. And Sam Reichert is one of them. A great playmaking ability. And again, was overshadowed by a bunch of quarterbacks in the West Suburban Conference. But again, he is going to make a starring debut for Downers Grove North. Evan Grace, Rolling Meadows. Evan Grace, I absolutely think was blown away from his game film. Talked to the young man. Just totally impressed with Evan Grace out of Rolling Meadows. I think Rolling Meadows has got another good secret in that mid-suburban. And I think, again, we should be talking more about Evan Grace. I think we will be. Good overall athleticism, good rollouts, nice sight, and a good job at reading defenses. Evan Grace is definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Mark Mennecke of Neuqua Valley has been unbelievable for Neuqua Valley. Again, another Neuqua Valley quarterback that is just looking absolutely great. I don't know how Neuqua Valley does. They just keep getting great quarterbacks on that program. And they've done a wonderful job with Mark Mennecke. Very interested to see how he progresses into this summer. He could be a quarterback that could be on the watch list of a lot of other people, especially college coaches. It's still a wait and see with Mark Mennecke, but definitely a quarterback to look out for. Colt Michael, O'Fallon High School. And O'Fallon's looking good this year. He's got a hell of an offensive line. And Colt Michael is that cat. And he is with Evan Noelle, probably I consider the top 2 quarterbacks in the Southern Illinois area. And I think, again, we should not be sleeping on Colt Michael. He's done everything wonderful. Again, I'm not good. I forgot about something. But again, good frame, good sight, great accuracy, good arm. Again, like to see a little bit more of his mobility, but Colt Michael's one of them. Jake Stearney, Loyola Academy. Jake Stearney, again, one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Illinois, one of the top quarterbacks in the Chicago Catholic League, ESCC, whatever it's called. But Jake Stearney, I've seen the kid since his freshman year. He continuously keeps growing every year. And Jake Stearney, to me, has the shot to be the second best quarterback in the state of Illinois. You got to keep a very close eye on this kid when we get into that summer camp season. Just please keep an eye out for this kid. This kid's going to be something special. He's shown glimpses. He hasn't shown he hasn't shown that full level of potential. But Jake Stearney out of Loyola Academy is one of the best. Ben Monahan, Hinsdale Central, and Anthony Picciolini out of Benet Academy. Again, great mobility out of Anthony Picciolini out of Benet Academy. He's going to make a huge name for himself in this coming season. Still, he's more of a wait-and-see project. I have him projected better than Colin Gillespie, an old Benet Academy quarterback. I think Anthony Picciolini is going to be good. And if I massacre any names or last names, I do apologize. I am horrible at pronunciation. I apologize. But Anthony Picciolini out of Benet Academy, another big-time quarterback that you must keep an eye out for. I'm keeping a very close eye out and when we get into that spring going into that winter. Ben Monahan out of Hinsdale Central, again, continuously impresses me, especially out of that throw it deep thing. And I apologize. Jake Stearney and Aiden Gray are, again, quarterbacks out of next level. I want to mention all the quarterback training services. I do apologize. Quarterback 1 as well. All of them next level. Throw it deep, all of them. So I don't get in trouble. Thank you, guys. Ben Monahan, Hinsdale Central, good arm strength. But again, Hinsdale Central's got 2 great quarterbacks. This is one of the best duos in the state of Illinois. But Ben Monahan, I really like his arm strength. I like how he makes his throws. I love his throwing mechanics. Again, the big thing for him, is I want to see more of his mobility. That's one of the big things. Eli Meier of Sycamore. Eli Meier has been killing it with Sycamore, throwing up big numbers, a little bit of undersized, but again, one of those kids we need to talk about more. Eli Meier has been unbelievable in his throws. And I saw it was a touchdown again. I think it was against Morris he threw, which was just completely impressive. But Eli Meier, another kid that you need to keep an eye out for. Great potential. Could be an FCS prospect. Definitely a kid that you want to keep an eye out for. Eli Meier. Wyatt Bohm, Mahmoud Seymour, one of my favorite quarterbacks. I have 2 favorite quarterbacks. The next one's also my second favorite. Wyatt Bohm of Mahmoud Seymour. Has the great frame, that old school fashion red gun run and shoot type of style technique. Coach Atkins has got a weapon in Wyatt Bohm. The kid does everything. He'll kill you with his arm. His just great insight, great IQ, on-field IQ, just very impressive. Next one, Elijah Owens, Jacksonville. Elijah Owens, I'm going to say this again. One of my other favorite quarterbacks, I have 2 favorite quarterbacks, Wyatt and Elijah Owens. Central Illinois, that's CS8. Jacksonville, Elijah Owens is unbelievable. Keep an eye out for this kid. He still hasn't gotten to that level yet. Still making, in his growth, a couple mistakes. Like a lot of these quarterbacks, they make mistakes their junior year. I am expecting a big season from Elijah Owens. That is a promise. I'm gonna lay the gauntlet down. I think Elijah Owens is gonna have a hell of a season this season. I think he's gonna absolutely kill it. I think he's just gonna be one of those quarterbacks that we talk about in this fall. Aiden Creer, Hoffman Estates, another quarterback that just absolutely threw up stats like it was nobody's business out of nowhere. One of the top quarterbacks, especially in that suburban area. Aiden Creer, again, good mobility, great throws, some of the best accuracy you have seen. One of the better quarterbacks, especially on the run. But Aiden Creer out of Hoffman Estates is definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Next one, Ryan Dawson, Downers Grove South. What the hell is going on? We have not talked about this kid. And this kid needs more talking about. Ryan Dawson out of DGS is just, he reminds me of that class of 2020. Those class of 2020 quarterbacks that was unbelievable. The Mark Gronkowski, who's the other quarterback I'm forgetting about? There's another quarterback, Mark Gronkowski, and a kid out of Normal Community High School. Normal West, Carson Camp. This kid Ryan Dawson could be one of those kids that could take it by storm when we get into that summer camp season. But Ryan Dawson, Downers Grove South, he is the complete quarterback weapon, and he can fit in a lot of offenses too. Can fit in multiple style of offenses, and like I talked to one of the college coaches, and the coach said, "Don't mention his name, Pete. Don't mention his name. We want him." But I'm going to say it. Ryan Dawson, Downers Grove South, is a kid you can't sleep on. A good group of weapons, too. This is going to be a very important season for him. Next one, Cole Teschner out of Montini. Cole Teschner, again, he's got all the weapons. He looked great when I looked at him at Boom Football. Put some more muscle on him. Looks good on his runs, good throws too. Like I said, just talking with college coaches, it's against more of a wait and see with Cole. And I think the big thing right now is what he does this fall. I think that's going to be the most important thing for him in Montini, especially for his recruiting. Jacob Donahue, Grays Lake North, and Jacob Donahue. There's another kid. Again, undersized. Yes, he is undersized. No doubt about that. But he is just an absolute leader. He is an absolute gamer. He does everything correct. Had a little bit of a okay season in the fall. I was expecting a little bit more. I'm expecting more growth when we get into this spring. But Jacob Donahue out of Grays Lake North is a quarterback that you must know about. Aiden Gray, Naperville North, and we talk about Aiden Gray of Naperville North. Again, best quarterback in the state of Illinois. You saw it in his last games of his junior season. His ability to take the ball and get into the end zone with a few of the read options, good passing as well. But he's just been unbelievable. I do Patreon shoot show with my co-host Patrick Cotto, and Aiden Gray was one of the kids that he won that game. It was the last game of the season. He won that game because of how good he was. Or was the game before? But they were. It was basically he ran with the ball and he didn't give up and he got into that end zone. It was unbelievable. Aiden Gray is the real deal. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Illinois. And historically wise, I consider him and just talking to a very old school college coach, Aiden Gray has a chance of being, again, like one of those top 25, 50 quarterbacks coming out of the state of Illinois historically. One of the best quarterbacks to come out of the state of Illinois. And he's going to be good deal because I know he committed to Northwestern. Fitzgerald has got a hell of a player in Aiden Gray. Trey Jones, Oswego East. Again, the big thing with Trey Jones was, coming out his freshman year was, is Trey Jones the best quarterback in the state of Illinois? And then he transferred in and he had to transfer back to Illinois. And he has a good shot. He does have a good shot. Would like to see a lot more coming out of this guy from Oswego East. But Trey Jones, this is going to be huge for him. This summer is going to be big time for him. And let's see what he does. But he's got all the weapons. He's got the best arm in the state of Illinois. No doubt about that. Good touch on the ball. But everything has got to combine and fit well to see how this kid is. But Trey Jones, he can be the real deal. But it's a wait-and-see project. Billy Kirknell of Hinsdale Central is the second quarterback from the Hinsdale Central group. That looks good. Hinsdale Central's got two good quarterbacks, and Billy's going to be one of them. Definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Good throwing potential. Nice on the runs. He killed it for the Red Devils, but another kid to keep an eye out for. For quarterbacks, and basically, just like looking at the quarterbacks that I'm looking at that could be added to the list. Veza out of York High School, who's going to be the senior quarterback for York High School. He's going to be an interesting quarterback. I might add him to the watch list. He's definitely a kid that I'm keeping an eye out for. I'm I'm keeping a very, very close eye. I'm keeping a close eye again towards Central Illinois, especially Rochester. See what Rochester does with the quarterbacks for this class of 2023. Keeping a little bit of a close eye too on some of those Whedon schools too. See some young and up and coming quarterbacks coming from that area as well. But it should be interesting. But this is the class of 2023. Again, I'll be doing all the watch list videos, starting always with quarterbacks, class of 2023. Again, my email is coachbigpete, fp@gmail.com. Make sure you fill out the recruiting questionnaire. Make sure I have your information, recruits and coaches. And again, follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal/Venmo account. And again, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and everything else. Facebook too. I might release some scouting notes on the quarterbacks either today, tomorrow or the day after. March 1st, March 2nd, I'll release some scouting notes on the quarterbacks, but that is it for the quarterbacks class of 2023. Again, more quarterbacks will be added daily and monthly. Make sure you check it out on deepdishfootball.com, the watch lists, and all that other stuff. Thank you so much for joining, and have a lovely day.